Hey, welcome back to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate if you purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Today we'll be talking about the Hublot Big Bang Unico Black Magic. So what does that all mean? That means you're getting a black ceramic case, very likely a skeletonized dial, as you can see here, all with a rubber strap. All right, I'll be going over the case, the dial, the crown functions, as well as this chronograph, quite a nice feature as well as the, the bezel perhaps, the movement, and this black rubber strap. And I'll be going over all of those features as well as my opinions and my thoughts on all of those throughout this video. Now starting off, this reference number 421.CI.1170.RX, that already tells me 421 is the model number, CI is the ceramic construction, 1170 is the black, the matte black color that is apparently present on this dial, although most of it is skeletonized. The best way you can tell is, well, you can perhaps look at the inner bezel where the track for the minutes and seconds are, but you can also see that subdial for the 60-minute time interval for the chronograph function. That's the easiest place to tell. There's also various aspects of the movement, as you can see through this dial, the skeletonized dial as well, so that also helps out, and the RX means it's a rubber strap. All right, so starting off with the case here, we have a 44mm diameter. That's the 2 o'clock to 8 o'clock position, or the 10 to 4. Either is fine, and well, minus the minute hand covering up the 2, you can see those positions very easily with the use of Arabic numerals for the even numbers, at least, index hour markers for the odd numbers. And I think the very good thing about having index markers for the odd numbers is actually it helps open up this dial. It makes it easier to actually see all of the inner workings, especially on the skeletonized portions of this dial, which you can see is pretty much the entire dial. Now, taking a look at this case, you also have a ceramic construction here. They're microblasted sort of sections here in the middle with the high polished portions, as you can see on these bevels here, nicely reflective. Gives it a nice accent when you look at it in certain angles and in certain lights. Looks very nice on the wrist. Also, same thing with this bezel. You have the microblasted with the polished black ceramic portions as well. The high polish on this first bevel and the microblasted finishing, the sandblasted finishing, if you will, on the front. It sort of gives it a very nice, distinct textural feel and look. You also have the 6 H-shaped screws, as is evident on every Hublot watch, including their Classico Fusions, as well as obviously the Unico Black Magic, as you see right here in front of me. There's also all of this with the sapphire crystal, the winding crown, the screw down winding crown. The water resistance for this as well is all the way down to 100 meters or 330 feet or 10 atmospheres, basically 330 feet below sea level. You can take this, definitely more than surface swimmable, but I wouldn't take it more than, maybe 50 meters just to be safe. But, you can certainly go diving with this, not deep sea diving, but, you get my drift. The anti-reflective treatment on this sapphire crystal is actually quite good. It's a lot better than I would have expected from any watchmaker that isn't Rolex, essentially. So very good on them. So you can definitely see the inner workings of this watch very clearly, very easily. So taking a look at the functions of this watch, you have the winding crown at the 3 o'clock, and that allows you to basically wind the watch. If you are at a dead stop, about 20 to 30 full winds is all you need to get to the full power reserve. And I believe you should be able to see the inner workings of the winding, perhaps. Yeah, you can see the effects of the winding crown right on the inside of that movement, which helps wind the mainspring barrel. All right. So you have that feature at the 3 o'clock position. Let me just move the minute hand out of the way. Pull out to the next position. This allows you to adjust the quick set date apparent at the 3 o'clock position of both the sub dial as well as the main dial. As you can see, there's a number 2, that's the second of the month. You can rotate it counterclockwise. It's about a quarter turn to advance the date by 1, and as you can see, it also moves the entire date wheel, as you can see, also skeletonized behind the hour markers. They're nicely grayed out almost. They seem to be grayed out when they're, you know, elsewhere on the dial, and they're nicely readable, very easily readable, and that's thanks to the skeletonized portion of that date wheel, so that you can basically only see the numbers against a fully black background, in keeping with the overall color and value here of this dial. So very, very nice, thoughtful layout from Hublot doing this, right? And also keep in mind, if you are on the 30th of a month, tomorrow is the 1st of the next month, because you're on what is known as an irregularly numbered month. You can just simply rotate it once a quarter turn, and when the hour hand sweeps past midnight, you'll just land on the 1st of the next month nicely and easily. Pull the crown out to the final position. Note that the seconds hand has actually stopped. So very good from Hublot to do that. You can then adjust the minute hand precisely based on where that seconds hand is, based on the sub counter, the sub dial at the 9 o'clock position. Very subtle, but it's there when you need it. All right, press the crown back in to start up that seconds hand. Screw the crown back in tightly against the case to ensure water resistance for this watch. And also, a very good little feature of this winding crown is that it is a rubber outside here, so it's very easy to grip, and easy to adjust when your hands, well, maybe they're a little wet, because this is considered to be kind of more on the sportier side of the watch side of the watch world, and especially you can tell with the strap. That's how watchmakers tell you how to wear their watches. And certainly with a ceramic case, ceramic construction, this is a very light watch. You can wear this literally anywhere. It won't get in your way. Well, save for the size and potentially thickness. This thing is easily not a dress watch, because it's a thick boy. It's over 12 millimeters. That means it's not a dress watch. So it'll fit under a jacket sleeve, but not a suit cuff. All right, now taking a look at the chronograph functions, simply press the top button to get that started. That center mounted chronograph hand, large center mounted. You also have a vertical clutch for this chronograph hand, so you can just keep it running as a large central seconds hand if you so desire. So you basically control the time. You can ignore that small seconds should you so desire, because it does sort of blend into the background if you're not looking for it. Very good and thoughtful layout from Hublot for that, so props to them. And if you should so desire, you can use this as a large center mounted seconds hand. Makes it very easy to basically control the time yourself. It also features a flyback function here. So what that means is if you're timing multiple things all at once and you don't need to measure the intervals for the same thing, you can simply just press that bottom button. Sets both the 60-minute timer as well as that center mounted chronograph hand back to 0 as soon as you press it in. And the actuations for both of these is very, very light. A little bit chunkier on the bottom reset button, but to start and to stop, it's a nice clean, crisp little click there on the top. It just feels good to start and to stop it. And as you can see, it's a very clean function. There's no stuttering, there's no weird starts, no slow starts, no slow stops. It's crisp and it's clean. So you can ensure that this is certainly accurate and, dare I say, even precise. And when it comes to that precision, all of this is handled by the in-house made Unico 2 movement, also known as the HUB1280. It's the self-winding chronograph flyback movement with column wheel, as they call it. All right, but a little bit more into the specs there. It is an automatic movement, as evident by that winding rotor, central mounted. It's not too ornate, but it's certainly there. If you were to have something, you know, really extravagant like what you would find on an Audemars Piguet or even Patek Philippe watch, I feel like that would be a little overkill. So having something a little bit simpler here for the portions of the movement of this back really makes it so you can continue to see through the skeletonization of this watch. So it has a diameter of 30 millimeters, 6.75 millimeters in thickness, 43 joules, 354 total parts, beats at a frequency of 28,800 vibrations per hour, meaning 4 hertz. That means that the small seconds as well as that center mounted chronograph hand do tick 8 times per second, so you get that added benefit of precision when you're using, you know, your seconds hand and your chronograph hand as well. It also features the center mounted hours and minutes hands with the chronograph hand, small seconds at the 9 o'clock, 60-minute time interval counter at the 3 o'clock with that large date wheel all center mounted. All of this gives you a total of 72 hours of power reserve. Quite impressive for something with so much function, and something that, you know, you can just keep that center mounted chronograph hand just going all the time. Very, very good from Hublot to do that. All right, so when it comes to the functionality, this is not going to run out of power for you. If you ever do run out of power, just simply wind the crown about 20 to 30 full times back to that full 72-hour power reserve. But if you set it down only on a Friday evening, pick it back up on a Monday morning, you won't have to do that. The natural movements of your wrist as you wear it will keep it wound nice and full. All right, so now onto the strap here. You have what they call a black structured lined rubber strap. It's just a rubber strap, that's all it is. The outside here with the lateral channels gives it a very distinct look when you see this. Well, when I see this at least, I know full well that it is a Hublot. You have a matching black ceramic and titanium actually deployant clasp on this back here, so the ceramic does keep it from scratching. As you can see, that Hublot logo there, nice sandblasted name in there on a high polish. The rest of that being a titanium, especially with this H-shaped sort of branding on their folding clasp here when you open it up. And you do have the sizing little holes here so you can size it on the fly should you need it. And while we're here, I'll try it on, give you my thoughts as to how it wears on the wrist. Given that it is a little bit bigger for me, I didn't size it for me necessarily, but looking at down the wrist, keep in mind that I'm about 7 inches or 18 centimeters in circumference, so this does wear a little bit larger for me because, well, 44 millimeters, let's be honest, kind of big for me. But if you do have a larger wrist, this will fit you nicely and perfectly. I'm saying upwards of like 20 millimeters or 20 centimeters, or maybe 8 inches, maybe higher than that. And anywhere upwards of that, you will certainly get a better framing of this watch dial and case from the straps here. But for, you know, if you have a wrist smaller than mine, perhaps I wouldn't go lower than, I'd say like 16 centimeters, about 6.5, 6-ish inches in circumference to wear this comfortably, because these straps do flare out a bit. They don't really pull down much more than what you see here. So you do get that added benefit of the breathability from this otherwise, you know, very solid and very sturdy actually rubber strap. But if you have a larger wrist, you'll get less of that. But, you know, certainly the way that this flares out, it doesn't hug the wrist entirely, so you do get that added benefit of breathability, but a little bit less of keeping it sturdy and still on your wrist. But again, if you have a larger wrist, this will certainly grip onto you nicely and is quite form-fitting, as I've seen. All right, and also the added benefit of Hublot straps here is that they're interchangeable actually. So if you look right here, this is sort of like a seatbelt button. You can simply press that in and you can release that strap there, and you can actually switch it out for a different colored strap should you so desire. And if you do have another strap, you can simply just insert it back in and it clicks in like a seatbelt. So very, very interesting development, and I very much like this feature from Hublot. So enough of what I think. What do you guys think about this watch? Let us know down in the comments below what you think about this Hublot Big Bang Unico Black Magic. This one with a what they call a matte black skeleton dial. It's a skeleton dial, all black. It looks very nice on the wrist, and I'd say very, very nice overall. Even with its functionality, you're ready for just about anything with this. Be sure to leave a like and be sure to subscribe as well so you can see this video, see future videos from us, and hit the bell notification so you can get those notifications when they go live. And as always, if you'd like to purchase this watch or any other watch from us, new, used, discontinued, or even a general in production model like this one in my hands, you can visit our site at jazztime.com. Links in the description below where you can get it for the lowest price anywhere online. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.